Hey, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another pro digital commentary done by Luminous. Wow, haven't casted a game for a while, like 1 to 2 weeks. There's been a lot of good replays lately, but particularly there's a 3 hours game of Cloud9 I really wanted to cast, but actually couldn't just find a 3-hour chunk of my day. I've been really busy lately. As you guys know, I've been working on the new YouTube channel, Relax Your Fine, putting out guides. 3 guides per week is actually a ton of work, but I was popping onto Dota 2. I was like, oh, I need some replay for this smoke video I'm working on. But I noticed that Cloud9 is playing a match. And if Cloud9 is playing a match, I want to check it out. And they're playing against Asus.Polar. I gotta say Cloud9 and Asus.Polar right now. Well, Cloud9 is on a amazingly hot streak. They're just winning game after game after game. They recently qualified for the Summit 3. I believe they're the second European team to qualify. And as you know, Europe is a very kind of well contested region, so for them to qualify is, you know, a mark of how well they're doing. And Asus.Polar is one of those teams that was in the thick of things in the Summit 3 qualifiers as well, so they're very strong teams, and I'm kind of curious to see how this game's gonna play out. This is a live game. You see here it's not a replay cast, so I have no idea if this game's gonna be good or bad. It's kind of like I guess the luck of a draw. So let's quickly talk about the pick and ban as we are almost halfway done with this. So Cloud9 has recently been running a Tiny Wisp strat. Well, Envy, he's always playing a lot of different type of carries, and Tiny is one of those carries he's playing more recently. I imagine since it's being played on the Radiant side, we're going to see Tiny and Wisp going on the mid lane. Although, with that said though, Beastmaster, generally handled by Fata, goes mid as well, so I guess there is a little bit of versatility in that regards. I personally really loved Fata's Beastmaster. I think he's one of the few Beastmaster that has the... Well, I don't want to say Beastmaster is an extremely micro-intensive hero, but I think the strongest point about Beastmaster is his Hawk during the mid-game and his Boar during the early game. Number one thing, and I'm sure I'll point it out during the laning phase as well, Boar is considered as like some sort of special unit that when you harass an enemy hero with the Boar, it doesn't draw creep aggro. So basically what that means is you summon a Boar, you just stick it on the enemy mid, right? Just shoot, ping. Not a lot of damage, not a ton of slow, but it won't draw creep aggro, so it'll just keep shooting until the hero either runs out of the way or just kill your Boar. Obviously you'll be microing the Boar, so it's like a little back and forth battle. And you guys know what Wisp Tiny does. And obviously Lich is one of those heroes that is mostly predominantly picked for the laning phase, but, you know, in the sense that there is a Troll Warlord dealing a ton of physical damage, Dazzle adding more to that physical damage department, and Bristleback, Cool Spray. I mean, Asus.Polar right now has physical damage up the wazoo. So what we're going to see is that Lich probably need to rank up that Frost Armor pretty early, maybe max it even before level 11. That means you're going to have to sacrifice a couple points into sacrifice, pun intended. And I wonder if Beastmaster is going to go for that standard Aura build. We see a ton of Vlad's Beastmaster into it. Assault Curious Beastmaster. The plus 10 armor is going to cut a lot out of Bristleback's damage output. It's going to help you mitigate a little bit from Dazzle's Sweep as well as Troll Warlord's damage output as well. Cloud9 focus on a very kind of passive laning phase. Again, that's what Lich gives you. Tiny and Wisp, especially if it's a mid lane Wisp, you know, you're gonna bottle, we're gonna toss a creep at you, regen a little bit more mana, toss more creeps at you. So I think Cloud9 is playing it like a passive wear you down kind of lineup. And Asus.Polar, I think it's pretty much the same thing. They just have very solid laner. Troll, one of the best laner in the entire game. I gotta say, Bristleback as a melee hero lanes better than most other range heroes because you can just run in there. He's very tanky. Crow Spray is a great last hit and a harass mechanism. Dazzle and Bane, not the best gankers per se, and they're very level dependent support. So I would like to say that Asus.Polar might need to gank, but I'm not sure whether they can, at least with these heroes. So I believe both these, well, Bristleback's a wild card. He could go as a safe lane carry, he could go mid. I think I've seen Team Secret run RTZ Bristleback mid before. And obviously Bristleback most predominantly being played as an off lane. But yeah, if Asus.Polar right now says, you know what, we want to pick up an off lane TIE Hunter, for example. I don't think they'll pick TIE, by the way. Because that would be too, well, TIE, it's okay, I guess. But in any case, what I'm trying to say is that Bristleback could go into any lane. Troll essentially could go mid and carry as well. So I haven't watched enough Asus.Polar games to know, Bristleback is definitely going to the off lane, for example. I'm making the guess that Tro is going to be safe lane. We're going to be picking G's here on the mid, and Bristleback's going off. Again, I'm not sure if Fata Beastmaster is going to be going mid, whether Tiny Wisp is, mid or carry lane. But right now, we're probably picking Bone 7's hero. My natural inclination is picking Clockwork, but I'm a little confused. And now it looks like we're going to have a Morphling. Yeah, we'll see exactly who's going to be playing what. Obviously, this is a live replay, so if the match end up being remade, and that'll be a little bit annoying. So Misery is going to be playing the support Lich. No surprise there. Big Daddy will be playing the Wisp. One of my favorite Wisp player out there, I think probably the best Wisp player in the Western scene. FY being the best Wisp player in the Eastern scene, or Chinese scene, whatever you call it. Fata is going to be playing the Beastmaster. So it looks like we're going to have an off-lane Sand King, which, if you look at these heroes, there is no AoE stun whatsoever. So, can you just walk up there and Sandstorm? I mean, that's kind of like a pub tactic that you could get away in pub games. But I imagine one of these supports is going to just pick up a Sentry Ward. So, we'll see whether that's going to work out. Troll Warlord is going to be played by G. So, we're going to see a safe lane Morphling. Morphling is one of those heroes that's kind of on ebb and flow. He's there sometimes, he's there not. And it looks like this is game 3 of a best of 3 series. So again, I just popped into Dota 2. This is a live match. I'm missing a couple of games. So you see that it looks like it's more and more like a mid wisp. Generally, when you play the mid wisp, you save all your gold and you rush for as quickly as the bottle as possible. And you can see that Misery on the Lich has bought Courier, Wards, and Sentry. So a lot of early investment on a support item on a single here. Bone 7 going for the boots first. Generally, you don't see too much off-lane Sand King because, to be honest, he's not the best off-laner. He could survive because he has Burrow Strike and Sandstorm, but he doesn't have the best stats, right? He doesn't have the highest strength for health. He doesn't have the highest armor. That's something like, for example, Beastmaster. Beastmaster, a little bit more health, a little bit more armor. It looks like Beastmaster's also going for the quick bottle. Extremely greedy build here. Only a single sheer tango. Yeah. Misery is bending over backwards for his team. It's like in terms of the laning, offensive dual lane Morphling and Bane, I imagine, unless Bane rotates. Meanwhile, a little bit of hustle for the top rune here. G going for a Ring of Protection build, Illidan, Stout Shield. Looks like they're gonna get this rune for free. No way that Cloud9 is gonna challenge us. Yeah, Sentry Ward at the ready. And I like the fact they split this up because they're not absolutely guaranteed to know that Sand King's on the top lane, although that's a very high possibility. Yeah, but when you split the Sentry Ward up, he's either gonna be top or bottom. There's a small chance that he's gonna be mid, but very unlikely. But yeah, you're gonna have Sentry Ward, so he can Sandstorm and troll your lane. Speaking of trolling your lane, Troll's not mid. It's going to be Bristleback. So, I mean, we know what Lich does, which is not much in the lane. He's going to just slowly sap your experience, nuke you a bit or twice, and going to give Fata a little bit of last hit. Generally with Beastmaster, one of his quick thing is hitting level 6 ASAP and start ganking. The fact that there is a Lich mid, that means he's going to have a little bit of trouble. Looks like this dual lane is going to do a very good job in terms of harassing what Tiny can do, especially with the Bane giving him enfeeble. Minus 30 damage, which, I mean, to Tiny, that's not too bad. Looks like Avalanche missing a little bit of last hits. Of course, Envy, even with minus 30 damage, we'll be lasting away. Wisp working towards bottle. Already has it, and it's already being delivered. In fact, looks like 2 bottle on the way. So yeah, I actually expect this early game to have nothing going on. It's going to be just a passive laning phase. Sentry being dropped down here. Zonia, Bone 7. Yeah, and I just don't think Bone 7 is going to get anything done here. Single Dazzle is going to be able to zone him out. Little is going to come in. Yep, there you go. Get out of my lane. Yeah, so I don't expect this laning phase to go anywhere apart from just passively harassing back and forth. And in terms of just passive harassment, I think I'm going to give it to the Cloud9 side. Because Lich is one of those here, right? You just pick him for this phase. I guess there is a bit of killing potential on the Tiny Wisp. Although, it can only really kill the Bane. And Bane is, if he plays smart, he's going to just stay back. Looks like Morphling doing a very good job. Stealing a little bit of this experience, challenging Rune, taking the go there. Nicely done. Okay. So with this very, very passive laning phase, who do I think has a stronger kind of early to mid game? I think probably Cloud9, because once Beastmaster, whatever his first item is, like whether it's a Blink Dagger, whether it's a Quick Mech, a Necro Book, or maybe that Vlad build I've talked about, whatever the case is, I think Beastmaster is one of those heroes that leverage map control extremely well. Level 6 Wisp plus Relocate lets you gank all over the map, assisting that Beastmaster or the Sand King. And of course, if Sand King somehow ever gets to that Blink Dagger, then he's going to be doing a very good job as well. Invis on Sand King here. Probably letting him get a little bit of experience, but G is going to have essentially perfect last hit and deny, right? 16 CS, 11 deny, and you don't expect anything less against the Sand King. Sand King, though, well, he is in an area getting a little bit of a... What do they know? Looks like he's just going to the shop a bit. Yeah. I mean, he could hide here all day long, but all he's going to be getting is the 9 experience, because melee Tro plus Quelling Blade, we're looking at, you know, almost 80 damage. He's not going to get anything done. Nova being flown out. Look, these two boars, you know, just harassing. Unfortunately, against a Bristleback, not nearly as effective because he's very high armor. You can turn around, and Bristleback negates a ton of that damage. And Cool Spray starts to whittle these down, as we've seen. And the top lane, a little bit of trouble here. Bone 7 barely TPing out of kind of desperate territory. Right, he makes it out alive. And we can see that FNG's been kind of roaming about kind of constantly. Only level 1, which is a big concern for Bane. You want to hit level 6 as soon as possible. This gives you a ton of counter ganking potential once you pick up the Fiend's Grip. But he's kind of more worried about stacking for his Ancient, which, by the way, being scouted out completely by a Beastmaster Hawk. So I wonder if Cloud9 could do anything about this. There is a great defensive ward protecting that Bane right now, so I don't think so. Meanwhile, it looks like Envy pushing the Morphling away a little bit here. So what I'm thinking is that one of the two support, particularly Bane, might just go jungle with the Bristleback once it gets adequately stacked. Bristleback is going to come in there, going to start cool spraying it away, and yeah, and Bane's going to be taking a ton of that experience. You can see that Bone 7's constantly roaming between mid and top, because he really can't get anything top done. Now, if it's a squishier kind of mid lane, like a Shadow Fiend, for example, or even Tro, I think with a Lich, Sand King, and a Beastmaster, you probably could pick up a kill, but looks like that's not going to be the case. So he's having a really trouble. Now, going back to the jungle. The jungle is stacked, though, so he could do a little bit of catch-up. Cloud9 starting to do a little bit of pressure on the bottom lane, although Big Daddy... Oh, never mind, he has a regen. Ava Toss coming out here, just doing a little pot shot harass. And he can't do this because there is... Is regen. I imagine they will kind of regen everything back up. There you go. So as expected, 5 minutes in, nothing's happening in this game. And yeah, replay casting. A little bit of dive action here. Looks like we are gonna pick up first blood on Cloud9. Nice kind of just giving the tether movement speed, dragging the aggro onto himself. Nicely done. And then a little bit of nice Avatos combo. So, kind of the interesting to point out is that Toss does more damage compared to Avalanche, especially the fact that you're going to be leveling up Grow, and Grow lets you do more Toss damage. I'm surprised that he actually leveled up Toss, he leveled up Avalanche instead of Toss because of those reasons. But with that said, still picked up First Blood, very nicely done. And the question is, what do you pick up as Tiny? There's a couple of good choices. I've been seeing Blink Dagger as of late, even on Carry Tiny, simply because you could just pick up a ton of free kills. So we might see a little bit of dive. Not sure if you want to dive in here against Illidan. He could do a ton of damage. Burrow Strike coming up. Never mind, they have way enough damage. 4 against 1. Not even Bristleback could survive that. And they're pinging out, or at least one of the in-game casters are pinging out. There is a big stack there, and not much Cloud9 could do until they finish a Aghanim's Tiny, which by that point I think Asus.Polar would have taken that stack. So the other item obviously to rush for is the Aghanim Scepter. Aghanim Scepter obviously not only let you farm way more, which is actually very good. The thing that I really love about the tiniest Aghanim Scepter is he's already a very tanky hero, especially when you get levels into Craggy Exterior. You start to get armor as well. 5 extra armor, which is really nice when you have so much health. You just get so tanky that they have to send like 3 or 4 just to gank you. And that's not counting in overcharge from Wisp. That's not counting in the frost armor from Lich. So you just get so tanky that they just have trouble dealing with you. So I'm a big fan of rushing the Aghanim Scepter, even though I believe some other mid game items like getting a Drums first, for example, to give you more movement speed, more mana is a little bit better. In this particular game though, you might make the argument of picking up some armor item. Again, I talked about the Troll, the Dazzle, the Bristleback, all physical damage. So if he wants to pick up the Vlads for the team, which is not exactly common for a safe lane carry to pick up the Vlads, he can. You know, he could get a very early Vlads. I doubt it though. He might pick up an early AC. We'll see. No spending going. Obviously, this is Eternal Envy, so if you... Oh, looks like we're going to see toss in against FNG, though not enough damage output. In fact, Big Daddy takes way more damage than he and Envy was able to dish out. But this is very important for Cloud9, that they're constantly pressuring this tower. And you can see that there's really nobody on Asus.Polar that could stay in this lane. Anybody that comes in, even the Morphling, who is normally very survivable. Ooh, nice to not hear by little. Although he might be dead, there is Beastmaster Roar available. Here comes a little bit of assistance coming from DK Phobos. But Beastmaster does not care. He'll run in. Is he going to let the Roar fly? Probably not. Not in front of the T1 tower, especially next to the Dazzle. DP coming in here on the bottom lane. Illidan making a chase. He wants Big Daddy dead. Overcharge and a little bit of regen coming back in. A little bit of toss back from him. There's a toss upwards. Right clicks. Avalanche. Nothing just yet. There's a Nightmare coming. No teleport support from Cloud9. Ew. Isaac Taiga missing that avalanche, but with the tether regen, he should be fine. And he's stunned there. Meanwhile, Cloud9 doing a very good job pressuring multiple lanes at once. And I think we are seeing that Cloud9 is just having a stronger early game. Oh, there's a relocate forward. My mouse is not working. Oh, they want to get the kill. They are going to get the kill, but I think they're a little bit over too deep. They will lose Big Daddy. That's a 1-for-1 trade. Still in favor of Cloud9. The stun, it's a pretty long duration stun. I'm not sure what the hell he's walking towards. He's trying to blink back out. Nicely played. The jukes are real. I think he could have just walked straight back, but you know, you gotta go for the flare. So he is gonna go for the blink dagger build. Again, not exactly the most intuitive build, because you know, hey, if you're gonna play a bursty tiny carry, the most traditional role is playing on the mid lane here. Avatos. Is it going to do enough damage? The Wisp Balls are kind of giving the slow, and that is going to be enough damage. And this is the reason why you pick up that Blink build. Give you those surprise kills. And one way to initiate is blink forward to toss the enemy back to our team. Which is really good. And here we go, Ava, toss upwards. And man, this Tiny is already doing so much work. They need a little bit more. It looks like they won't tower dive for it. I mean, Envy always gets a lot of hate, and obviously, I'm friends with Envy, so I also give him hate as well as love, depending on the situation. But Envy's playing really well. Another Avatos. Immediate grip from FNG, though. Can they get the kill? Envy, maybe over. Oh, the nice regen coming back in. The relocate back out. No, there was no relocate. There's a Nightmare forward. FNG, I'm not sure how he got to level 6 because he was so under level. FNG just turning that gank around. That Fiend's Grip was almost instantaneous. It was automatic. Perfectly played. Not many support heroes could have turned that gank around into from a tiny blink initiation into a kind of two kills going the other way. They do see the Troll. Ooh, Blink Dagger coming back in. Huge epicenter coming. And the Chain Frost being thrown out. You know what's the best part for that for Bone 7? He even got the neutral. Nicely done. Chain Frost being thrown out. They're very out of mana. And here comes Cloud9. The relocate back in. Avatos against the Morphling. Morphling already wave. They need a couple more right click. Looks like one kill going into Cloud9. And Cloud9 just running away with this game. Little is going to get brought down as well. The score is 7-3. And Cloud9 is leading right now by 3,000 gold. Not too big of the deal. The thing is, they're just getting a lot of items. Look at this Tiny. He just doesn't care. Toss backwards against the creep. Here comes Tether. Movement slow. And there is a Bristleback doing a little bit of work. Where's the Sanking on the backline? There is no Sanking. There is one Nightmare. Fata coming in. He does not have Beastmaster Roar anymore. And this Bane being extremely, extremely useful for the team. Envy not blinking for anymore. So as well as Envy's been playing, I do want to say that Wisp makes this possible. You can see that Envy doesn't have any mana regen item. Smoke not being detected. Didn't smoke under Asus.Polar ward. You can see that he doesn't have the highest mana pool. When he toggles his shred to agility, or sorry, intelligence, he has about 400 mana. It's up to the Wisp to constantly recharge that mana. You see the Morphling, and they do want the Morphling. And I think this is absolutely the correct way here for Cloud9 to be playing this game. They have a stronger early game stage, or at least they capitalize early game stage better. And they got for all of these aggressive early game items, Necrobook on the Beastmaster, double Blink Dagger. You gotta keep up the pressure and keep ganking. In fact, the Roshan's gonna be happening. Avatar's gonna come out here, Morphling extremely tanky now. Goes to his other team. Beastmaster is in the picture as well. Sand does not have mana for teleport. I mean, he does, but won't have mana for too much. A little Roshan attempt coming out here from Asus.Polar, but looks like it's not going to work out. Blink Dagger coming forward here. Nice dodge here by Illidan. Of course, he does have an Observer War, so he did see the TP from the Lich coming in. Now, with that TP from Lich, can they actually go into the Roshan pit and do something there? Blink forward here, Avatos, but immediate grip again. We need to see a little bit of relocate back out. Big Daddy taking a ton of damage. Can he relocate out? I think it's on cooldown. I'm not sure why he's not using it just yet. Big Daddy's going to get burned down. Avatos not going to do too much against Tro, who is already grave. Another Nightmare is going to come down. The Boars are starting to zone everybody out, and so is the Necrobooks. Oh, Tiny thinking about going back in. Ava, no mana for Toss. He blinks back out. FNG is trying to TP out here. I don't think he will make it back home. Nice last click here from the Beastmaster. So it scores 8-4, but again, FNG. Immediate grip, just kind of breaking the initiation, nightmaring people, disabling multiple heroes at the same time, and Bata trying to do a little bit of work, but don't want to lose those Necrobook. Does give away. There's 100 gold. And okay, didn't lose the second one there. Did they actually get the kill? Blink, relocate forward. Oh, all the spells are missing here on Illidan. Illidan's very, very tanky with that Vanguard. That said, everybody on Cloud9 will back off. Kind of a rare miscommunication from Cloud9. Generally, they're very, very good. And Wisp is right back in there because he relocated forward. But the big epicenter is going to come in. They only get the Bristle back, and they will actually burst him down. Envy is very low. They're going to try to right-click him down, and they will. Envy and the rest of the team, I think they're being really over-aggressive right now. And this mid-game from Asus.Polar is insanely frightening because, well, they win a small fight in the middle. You got Troll Warlord. Let's go into the Roshan pit. I believe in recent best of 5 between Asus.Polar and Team Secret, Troll Warlord was picked 5 games in a row, and Troll Warlord won all 5 games. So I don't need to tell you guys this. If you've been playing pub, if you haven't been living under the Dota rock or a rock, you know that Troll Warlord is one of the kind of the strongest hero in this current meta. A hero that most likely will get nerfed in 6.84 whenever that's coming out. And that is one of the many reasons why. He's a strong laner, but in the mid game, if you win a small fight, you're taking at least 1 to 2 tower, if not the Roshan. On 7, mismanaging his Burrow Strike. Might actually get chased down here, straight up TP out. Don't think he'll die here. Good job by Illidan though, forcing that TP. A lot of players will be like, alright, you run away. You do your thing, I'll do my thing. And we can see the lack of health and armor starting to really not work so well for Tiny. I mean, he's a very tanky hero already, but not tanky enough. Probably wants a couple more points into that Craggy, as well as either a point booster or plate mail, depending what item he wants to go for next. I gotta imagine it's a point booster though. Although with that said, Courier is not flying to the Secret Shop. We'll see. ST warding here, coming out here from Big Daddy. And the mid-game aggression from Cloud9 has somewhat being stifled. I think that a reason why their mid-game aggression has not been too successful is that they've been kind of fighting in these uphill, like, there were like a couple heroes uphill over here. Also, it was a very short path of reinforcement for Asus.Polar. I think they were fighting right in under the T1 tower mid. Although I think the tower already went down there. The T2 is not too far away. And also, these heroes are getting tankier and tankier. Avatar's coming back in. I think Cloud9 is somewhat getting baited as well. The Bane as well as Dazzle doing a very good job keeping people alive, healing them, nightmaring, and doing all of that. And the burst damage that Envy previously relied on is kind of not really catching up with the health that they're gaining. Like, there's a Vanguard being completed on the Bristleback. There's a finished SMY, so that gives Troll a ton of tank and movement speed as well. Burrow Strike forward. They're just not killing any of these. Here comes FNG. Can he get the grip off? He's almost in range. Look at that long range grip, and that's exactly what I mean. The front lines are just so tanky. And the backlines are always there. Smoke getting broken out here on the backline. Looks like they picked off a Morphling. Big pick off. They will lose the Necrobook though. Yeah, okay. 200 gold. These Necrobooks, ton of gold. MV saving up 2180. Another popular build for Tiny back in the day is you pick up a Yasha. So you get that movement speed. The movement speed spill on Tiny was very popular because things like drums and Yasha, not only do you get it for the movement speed, they're very good for stats as well, right? Attack speed, movement speed for Yasha, the drums, the movement speed, the stats, the health, the mana, all of it is very, very good. Meanwhile, we're going to see a Crimson Guard Queen come out, and, you know, apart from the spell damage, which Cloud9 to me is kind of lacking right now, right? You can see that they're not doing too much. Even with the fully channel epicenter, they're not doing enough. They need to start right clicking, and Crimson Guard just takes all of that away. Lich with that Midas. I'm personally always a big fan of support getting Midas, simply because a lot of supports in the game, if you get them level 16, they have a huge impact. Venge is always my go-to example with a level 3 swap, but in this particular game, I think Frost Armor will play a huge deal. You gotta rank up that Frost Armor ASAP because of the physical damage output. So, you know, 5 minutes ago I would have said Cloud9 is looking like they're running away with this game, but a mark of a great team is, despite the kind of the hard early game, as long as Cloud9, you know, overextended once or twice, that's all it took for them to come back. Looks like Burrow Strike, I think it cancel the TP. The relocate's gonna back in. 2 heroes trapped under the tower, but it's Big Daddy coming in. Big Daddy, he did not relocate a friend in, or did it? Oh, I think he was trying to relocate Beastmaster in, but Beastmaster got picked off on the back line. So what could have been 2 heroes under the defensive tower, in fact, it was 2 kills going towards Asus.Polar. Cloud9 again making these kind of key and crucial mistakes. The gold graph is starting to dip down. I don't think the gold graph is, oh there you go, it updated. It's not telling as much of an accurate tale as the item pickup. Earlier it was the multiple blink dagger on Cloud9 that was doing a lot of work. Now it's just a mid-game damage output. Troll Warlord up to 3,000 gold. I wonder what he'll be picking up next. Outlane here, Burrow Strike on Illidan. Like, he just doesn't care. He's just standing under right there, and they're just afraid of this Bane, which is just an illusion. He could upgrade this to Helm of Dominator for a little bit extra armor. I don't think he needs that. Maybe just more like raw damage output. BKB wouldn't be too bad. Sure, there is the Beastmaster roar that could lock you down, but you don't want to get stunned by that craggy exterior. You don't want to get stunned by the Burrow Strike. And Bone 7 actually working towards a Veil of Discord, which is nice, because even though they have a tiny for the late game, a huge part of the mid game is all spell damage. In fact, all spell damage that's starting to falter off. So, yeah. Gotta pick up some more magical deeps. Kind of a big gang train coming in here. Let me quickly check how the supports are doing on item. Yeah, the supports basically have nothing, apart from this Lich having the Midas, which the game is going to draw, and it might draw. He's going to have a pretty good time. One thing I haven't pointed out at all is the way that Morphling has been playing. This is not the carry Morphling build. He is going to be going for the kind of strength, adaptive strike build. Basically, with max strength, you're looking at a 4.25 second of stun. Which, if you look at Beastmaster, he has a 4-second stun at level 16. Yeah, that's why Morphling is all the rage nowadays. When I first originally saw the Morphling, I was like, oh, carry Morphling. But the thing that I could point out is that it's not a carry Morphling. It's a stunning Morphling of sorts here. They're trying. Oh, Epicenter being channeled out here, and they're throwing out a ton of damage. Nice grip here against Fata. Illidan barely survives, but will die on the backline. FNG will get blown up by the Tiny coming in with the Aghanim Scepter, but here comes Troll Warlord. He does not care. He is big. He's bad. He's strong. Beastmaster Roar is going to fly out. I think everybody's going to just get out of there. Who got the tower last hit? That's a question. Tiny got the tower last hit. Tiny got 2 kills. After coming in with the Aghanim Scepter, summoning back up to 2,400 gold. You can see that Tiny is actually putting his treads on agility just to simply get a little bit more attack speed because he doesn't have the Wisp next to us. So, yeah, I think this is the perfect transition. He needs the health. He needs it very, very badly. And obviously, when you have the Aghanims, you hit extremely hard as well. So the question is, what is he going next? AC, obviously a great choice if the Beastmaster is not going for it, and Beastmaster, He's farming okay. He could be going for it, but it looks like he's either going for a Blink Dagger or a bots. I think you just want to go Yasha as your first item and then transition into something else. But we'll see. One thing I do want to point out, if you're a carry player, which I imagine a majority of you guys are, because carry is a popular role, try to hold off on selling your Quelling Blade for as long as you can. Quelling Blade essentially gives you 33% more damage against creeps. So you can make the kind of basic arguments that it speeds up your farm by 33%. Obviously, it's not exactly 33% because you're not constantly right-clicking creeps, but it basically speeds up your creep farm, and you should always carry it. Better if you have heroes like Anti-Mage with the Battle Fairy, Tiny with Cleave, and things of that nature. Oh, gotta be careful. 7 running away. Nice split pushing out here coming in from Cloud9. Beastmaster does have a haste, and he is gonna go for the Blink Dagger. Gotta get out of there! Alright, they do get the tower though. They will lose a couple of Necro Books. Which, ironically, the Necro Books give 400 gold to enemy hero, whereas getting a T2, you get 1,000 gold. So you didn't actually even get that much of a gold bonus for getting that T2 tower. Yeah, you can see that MV sold the Ring of Basilius and kept the Quelling Blade, despite the fact that Quelling Blade is a cheaper item than Ring of Basilius. I think Quelling Blade should just be more expensive. Quelling Blade is too strong of an item. Bone 7 being surrounded from all sides. Can he actually get away? Blink! He blinks right into the bosom of FNG. And that's a kill. I think there was a stat about Bone 7 in the past, like 10-12 games. He's only died like, I'm gonna say, less than 10 times. That sounds like a ludicrous stat, but I remember reading about that in Reddit. But this game he's already picked up a couple, so this is not really a Bone 7 game. But to be fair, he was playing off-lane tanking against Dazzle Tro. Like, tanking wasn't doing a damn thing. And he did get actually a relatively quick Blink Dagger thanks to his team stacking for them. Yeah, they do now have the Veil of Discord online, but I don't think Cloud9 could actually take a 5v5 team fight. I think the only way they win these team fights is they utilize these 3 Blink Daggers and the relocate, right? You just have to go off pick off after pick off after pick off. Because if Bristleback just stands on the front line with a backup of a Troll Warlord and a Morphling, and not to mention a Dazzle, you ain't killing jack squat. Like, the only way that Cloud9 is going to be able to kill is utilize their mobility and utilize their burst damage. Without that, they're not killing anything. So it looks like we are going to see the Assault Cuirass, and it's already a completed Assault Cuirass. Envy farming out of his mind. He is leading in terms of net worth, which is impressive considering the fact that the Dire did take Roshan, the Troll Warlord. Last hit wise, he's leading. Oh, actually, neck and neck here between the Troll. Here comes a stun. It's a 4-second stun, and I think we're gonna see Big Daddy give a little bit of a sacrificial relocate. Yeah, Big Daddy be dead. I like the choice of the relocate. A lot of people would have panicked relocate to the base, but Cloud9 obviously they're like, you know what, we're gonna go on the high ground. You're gonna stick 4 people to kill the Wisp, and he even tried to head her back out. But that means that Cloud9 is able to push for position, jockey for position on the top lane. MV farming in the enemy jungle. Cloud9 is just being very efficient. But when you make these kind of small, efficient plays... Oh, Warlord, by the way, Illusion. This is another very strong thing about the Morphling thing. Like, you see Illusion coming in. Oh, they're going to actually draw Beastmaster Roar. It's a Morphling. He could come back... Alright. Well, that's another good thing about Morphling Illusion. I was going to say, if Cloud9 recognized that was an Illusion, they still kind of have to deal with it. Because if Morphling comes in, oh, you can't give away all that gold. Oh, no, that's 300 gold. 300 gold! Oh, 200. Okay. Oh, they're 100, 150, 200. Man, if it's 300, it'll be OP. Yeah, the way that Cloud9's been playing right now, they're playing for that efficiency game, right? Sure, they lose a Wisp, but they're pushing top, they're farming the enemy jungle, they're doing this, they're pushing mid. The thing about efficiency plays is that every time you make a mistake, it sets you back on the efficiency play quite a bit. Like, sure, you were efficiently pushing lanes, but you lost a Wisp. And, you know, you gain some, you lose some, 2 step forward, 1 step back, that kind of thing. That said though, Cloud9 is leading by 3,000 gold. I think much of the next 5 minutes is going to be played around this Roshan. And in terms of the Roshan, you imagine Beastmaster would have the advantage in terms of scouting it out. But in terms of just fighting in the Roshan pit, I think that's where Weave gets insanely powerful. In fact, he doesn't even have the second point to Weave. Weave is not just about the armor or the minus armor. It's the fact that it gives you a ton of vision, the cast range is huge, and as soon as you throw on Cloud9, they're just scared. They just have to back off. So, we'll see if we're going to have any team smoke into the Roshan pit. Obviously, Asus can. They just smoke in and easily take it. And we do see this blacking bar being completed. In fact, they're not even going to smoke in. They're going to walk right in under the ward of a Radiant. So the question is Cloud9 going to just go for the T3 tower, or are they going to trade? I guess going for the T3 tower is not a play anymore. At least not against the Troll Warlord, because he does this in 2 seconds. So, I'd like to see a little bit more response from Cloud9. Relocate forward, but the TP was already coming in. I think Envy was looking for a toss back. And I don't think they want to do that. The question is Tiny going to go back to where they came from? And I'm not sure exactly where they came from. They're pinging out DK Phobos. They want DK Phobos. Blink, Avatos, and Burrow Shrek. The Yule Scepter is going to be there, and you got to get out of there. The stun on Envy, and Envy is going to get bursted down. He's very tanky. The grip's going to be there. And yeah, they will lose Envy. The Roar being used here on the backline as well. They will actually bring down the Dazzle. The Necrobook's doing a lot of work there. And 200 go down the drain. On the backline here, looks like somebody got stunned up. That's Misery, but Misery is actually very tanky. Chain Frost bouncing to the neutral cubes. Misery getting a little back to back, but oh my god! The Veil and Epicenter, they are gonna burst down G. I think, yes, G will go down here. Bone 7 quite low. Aegis Immortal coming back in, and they will retreat. So, not too bad of a fight if you look at all things considered. Although every time you lose these 2 Necrobook kills, that's a hero kill. So, I did say earlier that Fata does have one of the best Beastmaster micro, but you gotta take care of those Necrobooks a little bit more. It is a little bit hard to keep them alive against Troll and Bristleback, though. So yeah, Troll Warlord going for the Scotty, very very good against Tiny. You know, it's a melee hero. He eventually, I imagine, will get to BKB, and actually no, I guess you don't need BKB. It's mostly all physical damage. The only thing that you're really blocking is, well, a Beastmaster Roar of sorts, Adaptive Strike. And that stun is so strong. BKB finish on Bristleback. They're gonna try to do something. There is a ward, and they're fully aware of this gang that's incoming. No, they're not gonna go. Oh, they are. Beastmaster relocate. They're throwing everything, but here comes the entire cavalry. The 4 seconds of stun. The grip is going to be there, available. They're focusing on Envy. Envy very, very tanky. I think he will make it back home. Yeah, he will relocate just fine. The team, oh, are they going to be fine, though? I'm not sure if they wanted him to go back in. Little's dropping very low. Is he going to blink forward for the kill? No, there was no detection whatsoever. Blink back out. Bristleback with like 200 health, or 400 health, chasing away a full health Beastmaster. I think if Tiny did not go out, it's hard to say. If Tiny did not go out there, they might have picked off the Dazzle, but I think they probably needed the Wisp to sustain the fight. So no harm, no foul for either way. With that said, though, BKB charges were used on the Asus.Polar side. One kind of important mid-game thing about the Blink Dagger build on Tiny is that it makes you have much stronger split push, as you see something like that. Because there are heroes in this game on Asus.Polar side that if they see you, you're dead. If Adaptive Strike hits you for 4.25 of a stun under tower, you're dead. TPs are coming in. Looks like TPs are coming on the mid lane. Also, if you're gripped, you're dead. Bone 7 is going for these solo kills. Unfortunately, he does damage in the big burst. But if they survive the burst, then you're dead. Which is exactly what we saw. Cloud9 kind of making these plays. I wonder if they feel like they can take this late. Which, against a Troll Warlord, against a Bristleback, and these 2 supports, in my opinion, scales to the late game extremely well. Unlike Wisp, or Lich. Wisp scales very well. Lich, not so much. I also am not sure about this Blink Dagger Lich. I mean, Chain Frost doesn't exactly have the longest cast range. So there is that. Uh-oh. Envy-san. Envy-chan, get out of there. Oh, craggy exterior. Ooh. Okay, well, Big Daddy be dead. Are they gonna go back in? There's no way they can go back in. Times that he has gave his life for you, Envy. Yeah, so I was talking about why Blink Dagger is good. Oh, I was asking why the Blink on Lich. I mean, I guess one argument is that if the rest of your team has Blink, your Blink becomes better. Because, you know, the more Blink you have, the more you could jump on a single hero, yada yada. You get there faster, deal your damage, all of that good stuff. With double damage for Envy, that could be big if they pick it up. But there is a dire war for it. The problem is, I don't think the problem is the mobility. Like, Beastmaster could blink in, there's a Blink Burrow Strike, they could go on Illidan. They're just not killing Illidan. And I just don't think the Blink Lich changed that equation. Now, with that 2,000 gold, I'm not sure if Force Staff changes the equation either. A mech might be helpful. I mean, the armor at least will be definitely helpful. The heal for the Wisp is definitely helpful. Looks like Wisp is the one going to be picking up the Vlads. So what is Beastmaster going to be going? Beastmaster is just stacking out his basics. Blink, DOTs, that kind of stuff. Refresher has been a very popular build on Beastmaster. I wouldn't be opposed to a Hex build, because Hex obviously very good against these BKB carriers. Also, if you Hex the Bristleback, who has a Crimson Guard, damage block goes away. Now, normally 33 plus minutes in a game, you're not too worried about damage block. But the fact that Crimson Guard gives everybody damage block, just having a Hex is nice. So we'll see exactly what Beastmaster is going to go for. I'm not sure. And there's that SMY on that Bristleback. This game's pretty tense. I really have no idea who's going to take this. I feel like this is a very, very even game. Which, by the way, I should say this is for Starladder. I'm not sure exactly which stage of the online qualifier they're at. Haven't been following the Starladder tournament nearly as much as I should. Yeah, so I'm questioning this this Blink Dagger build. I think I would have much preferred a more of a supportive item. That's the thing with Lich, though. Like, I feel in the late game, the skill set is very irrelevant. I think his most relevant spell is Ice Armor. Like, that's literally the most irrelevant, the relevant stuff. I guess Frost Blast and Chain Frost give you slows, and I'm saying this because I don't expect Chain Frost to bounce 20 times. But if there is a fight that will bounce 20 times, and it's not gonna bounce. That's unfortunate. Self Yules, his team is coming in, and he'll wave back out. Uh-oh. Now, one thing that I haven't been really pointing out, like, the downside is that right now, Cloud9, you can see that they're making really aggressive plays all on, like, the opposite end of the map. And they're losing heroes, like, I think they were up 6 or 7 kills at least in the early stage, and throughout all these trades, they're now completely even. They're losing all these kills, but at the same time, they're farming much wider areas of the map. Asus.Polar has been mostly holding hands as 2 and 3, and they've been getting very effective counter ganks. But if those counter ganks were not available, they will be poor as hell. And it's a good thing that they were getting these counter ganks. If not, you will see this goal graph actually more in like 8k, 9k range of Cloud9, because they're farming much more. Envy picking up a Daedalus, which, I mean, he is now starting to get into the realm of scary damage, especially if he gets a crit. 800 damage crit. That will even chunk Bristleback with his back turn. That's scary stuff. But I don't think that's enough yet. I feel like you need one more item. I think Butterfly will be an amazing choice. You want the armor, you want the attack speed, you definitely want the evasion. We'll see if he's gonna go for that though. He is maxed out. The thing about like a carry tiny going for a Blink Dagger is you never really want to sell the Blink because it's a great kind of mobility item. But do you want to sell the Blink because you just want a damage item? That's always like the conundrum I get into when I play these kind of carry going for a Blink Dagger. I'm gonna try to sneak Roche. This is what I think Cloud9 does better than any other team in the world. They just have a great sense of when we could just get away with something like this. And again, these guys are kind of forced to play chunked up as a team. And that's the most important role shot. There's a cheese. Looks like Fata, not forget about it. Everybody will get out of the dust. Multiple dust being used. There was a double damage on Illidan Storm Rage. And they'll get out of there. And yeah, Fata is going to be going for a refresher first. So, it makes sense. That Beastmaster refresher, I mean, you're disabling 8 seconds of people, you know. It makes you more of a threat. Because normally when Beastmaster, once he uses the roar, like people just ignore him. Now you kind of have to kind of deal with him. Because he'll roar 2 people. I don't know. I'm only a fan of the refresher once you get the Hex. Because I mean, refreshing a Primal Roar is good and all. But I just think that oh, he's dead. There you go. That's a real Beastmaster roar, right? You know, there's a relocate coming. He's got the cheese and he's coming right in. They're blowing everything on DK Phobal. The crits right there. They will blow FNG as well. And Illidan, with his BKB turned on, is going to just run away. Meanwhile, the gems being dropped on the backline. Are they going to get Tiny out? No, they will just fight this. Another big crit coming in. But G is, they're not actually going on Tiny just yet. Tiny kind of back and forth. Avalanche is going to miss right now. Yule Scepter on himself here on Sanking. Sanking will Burrow Strike out. Can he actually blink away? Blink 4 here on Little. Man, there's just so many Blink Dagger. Blink on 4 here on Icicle Tiger. 800 crit. Not going to do enough just yet. Blink coming in right now. No Hawk. The Axis could be breaking the tree. Blink Dagger coming off cooldown very soon. They see him. He's trapped in the trees. Meanwhile, Tiny on the back line here. They will actually get 1 kill. And looks like Little's going to be dead. Yeah, no way we're running from the Beastmaster board. So, huge turnaround of events. They thought they could kill the Beastmaster, but the bait with the cheese and the relocate coming back in. I think FNG could not... Well, maybe if he did get off the grip, but got immediately canceled by an Avalanche or something. He got immediately blown down. And I was saying, hey man, we're approaching to the territory where Daedalus could do some damage. I was completely wrong. Yes, Daedalus was doing a hell of a ton of damage. No, he can't kill Blisterback yet. No, he can't kill the Tro yet. But he could kill the other 3 quickly enough such that without the support of Dazzle, Bane, Morphling, Bristleback, and Tro just can't stay. So, it's about how quickly you burst them down. And well, Tro Warlord does have his own Daedalus, but Tro Warlord is not working with 200 or 300 base damage, so those Daedalus hits are not going to be nearly as hard. With that said, though, he is hitting much faster. And he could hit with range. So, G is pretty much max slotted. I mean, he could get a Satanic, he could get a BOTs. But we are approaching to the realm where he is 6 slotted. Tiny is essentially 6 slotted. He did drop his Blink Dagger. The question is, did he sell it or did he drop it? No, he just dropped it. Once the Aegis runs out, he'll pick it back up. Oh, Blink Grip right in front of the tower. He does have Aegis though. Uh-oh, FNG. He gets Yule in the air. The Grave is immediately being brought out. Another stun coming out here. TP back out here on Big Daddy. Big Daddy, where are you, Big Daddy? Big Daddy's being chased on the backline. I thought he TP back out. Big Daddy trying to relocate. Big Daddy's dead. Meanwhile, on the backline, Aegis has been triggered. They're fighting under a T2 tower. Not exactly where they want to be. Envy comes back in. Beastmaster second war comes off. The crit's gonna come out. The Axe is gonna get 1 kill. G taking a ton of damage. Can they get a cleave? Can they get a crit? Oh my god, the huge hit. They get 1 kill. FNG's dropping low. No Blink Dagger on Envy, but he's just on cleanup duty on the mid lane. Picks up the gem back up. I think the Wisp has dropped it. And that is a... Well, it's a favorable trade for Asus in terms of the number game, because it's 3 def and Aegis skill, so 4 def to 2. But they lost the tier 2, and they lost the Bristleback. And Bristleback is one of those heroes that you expect it to run in, you're expected to tank, but as soon as you keep dying, as soon as you don't play with a lead, you're gonna just keep dying, because you don't get any tankier by dying and not getting any gold. So you're into this little spiral downwards of, oh, I gotta run in because I'm Bristleback. I gotta tank, but I can't tank because I'm dying, because I don't have any gold. And I don't have any gold to make me tankier, so I'll keep dying more. So every time I see Bristleback do really well in the early game and start dying in the mid to late game, I get worried for the Bristleback. Granted, that's only the first death, and maybe I'm being a little bit over exaggerated. You know, there's still Grave, there's still Weave, there's a lot of way to keep him alive. I'm just worried, is all I'm saying. Cloud9, Well, the reason that Cloud9 was able to take that fight evenly, and evenly is in the air quotes because they actually lost more heroes, is because they had the Aegis. I like to see Cloud9 playing a little bit more the way they've been playing earlier. Utilize those blink daggers for quick pickoffs. And again, the only reason they won the last 2 fight was cheese on the Beastmaster, baiting people out, and the Aegis on Tiny. And there's that butterfly. So he just straight up stole the blink dagger. So Tiny is now also maxed out. I'm not sure if he actually got off his BKB. I mean, I imagine so because it says he has 9 seconds left. The thing is, BKB is just not that exciting in this game. It doesn't block Fiend's Grip. It obviously doesn't block all the physical damage. The only thing you block is just like the Morphling and maybe the Yule Scepter, maybe a Nightmare. It makes you want to say it's not enough stuns to warrant a get a BKB, but it's just enough stun to be annoying. So like you gotta use the BKB. So it's like a, you know, damn if you do, damn if you don't situation. Oh, that at the 1,000 damage crit. Whoa, the grips are here. I'm not sure if you want to Chain Frost, breaking Envy free to relocate backwards. Your Beastmaster. Uh-oh, Fata, a little bit of trouble. That Chain Frost, so it's bouncing around. The epicenter coming in. The Veil is going to be there. The BKBs are way too late. Oh, the huge crits are coming out. They're moving fast. Toss forward here. Looks like the relocate actually brought Tiny back, but Fata is going to finish the last, and suddenly 3 heroes dead. Oh, man. I take everything back about that Beastmaster refresher. I don't think he even got off 2. No, he didn't. But the one on the troll was enough, and we've seen this one before. If you lose a fight against the Tiny, oh, they're going straight for through. I love this decisiveness. Beastmaster refreshes blink. They won on DK Phobal. DK Phobal not gonna. Oh, they barely get him, but you can see a Tiny. He just does not give a damn. He sees it. He's gonna go for it. And the throw, it could be done right now. Envy sees it. Envy's gonna get it. GG, Cloud9. A decisive battle. Tiny Wisp takes a tier 3 and say, let's go throne, let's win it, and they do. Excellently played game. I gotta say, well played on both sides. I think just Asus.Polar lost that mid-game damage. I guess, you know what? I eat my words. Maybe it's all those blink daggers, Lich included. The big part in that last fight was Bane got a grip off against Tiny, and Lich immediately blinked in. You canceled it. So maybe those are the reason why. It's another way to guarantee. It's better than the Yule Scepter, because Yule Scepter, you just have to walk in range to cast the Yule Scepter. This one, you just blink in, you cast Chain, immediately breaks it. Tiny is free. Tiny activates BKB. Tiny turns around. Team is dead. So, excellently played game. Cloud9 will win this best of 3. I'm not sure exactly what that means, because I don't know what the stage of the tournament is, but well played both teams. Asus, despite losing the game, I thought they played really well. With that said, I hope you guys enjoyed this particular match. And until next time, this is Luminous. We are signing off. GG, guys.